exclude, the only. The only.
Region to the Dorne region. You guys know that, right? Does everybody know that?
The Dorne super.
Is everybody having a good time today? Yeah? What'd you guys think about the breakdancer situation? All right, so I don't think I need a mic. You guys can hear me in the back, yeah?
Yeah!
Hey, they can't hear you on the stream. Keep the mic. Keep the mic. They gotta hear you on the stream.
We're streaming it.
Yeah, we're streaming it to the people.
So, you guys already know the deal. For those of you that don't know me, who has never seen me in person, raise your hand if you've never seen me in person. Stand up. Stand up. Go ahead and stand up. Stand up. Hi, how are you? What's your name? Hi, Kenny. Nice to meet you. Your name? What? Josue? Josue. Hello, Josue. Yep. Hi, Nathan. How are you? Yep. Alex Rodriguez. Hello. Hi, Marco. Hi, Anthony. How are you?
Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Josh.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Makiva. Hi, Ashley. Who else?
Donna.
What is it?
Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Nicholas.
Nicholas? Nicholas? No, I didn't say it right.
Either way, doesn't matter.
Anything? Doesn't matter? Don't go by whatever, right? Doesn't matter. I like that. Give it up for him. Give it up. All right, so for all of you that just introduced yourselves, go ahead and Venmo request me right now $40. That's what happens here to the Dorne region. You can Venmo request me at Marador. Go ahead and Venmo request me. If you got up and you introduced yourself, go ahead and Venmo. If this is a real thing, this really happens. Go ahead and do that. Do you guys like money? Does everybody like money?
Yeah!
So for those of you that I just introduced myself, my name is Mara Dorne. I am your Senior Regional Sales Leader. I believe that is my title. And to be honest with you, I don't even know why I'm even qualified to stand up here, but no, this is good. Just kidding with you guys. So as you guys already know this, as I'm getting ready to run a sales meeting, I always try to think, what is something that I can tell you that you're gonna walk away today feeling completely impacted? I want you guys to really walk away thinking, wow, Mara gave me something that she never does. And typically, I'll tell you guys my story, but all of you have already heard my story, so there's really no need to talk about my story. But what I do want to talk about is 2025. I've said this before, and I said this last meeting when Derek was here, that 2025 is going to be the greatest year that this entire building has ever had. I promise you this. And here's why. Because we're in the right time, at the right place, at the right moment. And I believe that wholeheartedly. And that's what happened for me many, many, many years ago. For those of you that just met me, I've been doing this 15 years. I want to be clear. You guys already know the deal. I was the youngest and
Honest.
I was the youngest female to come into this business. But today is not about me. It's about a story that I want to share with you. How many of you guys are sports fans? Sports fans in here, raise your hand. I'm not a sports fan, but I'm becoming one. I really am becoming one. So like I said, as I was getting ready today to figure out what I was going to talk to you about, I really was thinking and honestly, nothing was coming to my mind. And as I'm thinking and getting ready, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what can I talk about? I come across a story, true story, about a player that used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and his name was Rocky Breyer. Do you guys know this name?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, Rocky Blair.
So Rocky Breyer, right? Breyer, whatever, we're called Rocky B. This is a story that was absolutely incredible to me. I'm reading the story about this young man that really wanted to be a football player, and in 1969 he gets drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's on top of the world. But unfortunately, Vietnam happens, and he's drafted into the war. And in the war, all of a sudden, he was shot and blew out his knee, and he came back handicapped. And doctors told him everywhere that he was never going to walk again, and you could forget your dream of being a football player because that was out. But Rocky said, you know what? There's absolutely no way that I'm going to believe what people are saying to me, especially the doctors and nurses, and I am not going to believe this. So what did he do? He started to train. And he trained every single day until he got the momentum, the strength, and guess what ended up happening? 4 years later, he gets drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He defied all odds. So right there, you're thinking, oh my God, he triumphed, he did it. He didn't do it. In fact, it was a tumultuous situation for him because he kept, what do you think happened? Kept falling, kept fumbling, it wasn't working. So through hard work, dedication, determination, against all odds, he ended up winning 4 Super Bowl championships. Now, the reason I share this story with you is because there's a reason that all of us come to this opportunity. And you may think that this is not a real opportunity, or you may think, you know what, Mara, what do you have in common with all of us? Well, I came here just like many of you. I came here broken. I came here broke. I came here defeated, but I came here for an opportunity. And for those of you that met me for the first time today, my life was not always like this, at all. In fact, when I came in here, I said I was the youngest, and that was true. And if you thought I was a good salesperson, I wasn't. Probably one of the worst salespeople to ever come to US Health. I was not an anomaly. It took me over 6 months to make my first paycheck. Now at that time, I was already newly married, I had a child at home, and I had no money. Car was repossessed, lost absolutely everything. So if you think I don't know what you go through day to day, I can assure you one thing, that this opportunity is the greatest opportunity in America, if you want it. You have every tool, you have every resource, you have the best leaders in America. You have the best lead system, the best product right now. Troy just put us in an unbelievable place. I don't think any of you even understand or can fathom what kind of place you're in. And that's what happens. Because for some of us, it's going to click. For some of us, it's not going to click. For some of us, we're going to make a decision today to go ahead and triumph just like Rocky B did. We're going to make that determination. We're going to take the sacrifice. We're going to stop the excuses. And what we're going to do is we're going to propel all the obstacles, and we're not going to look at them as obstacles, but we're going to look at them not as setbacks either, but as comebacks. And the best part about this business, because I lived it myself, is that you can fall 1,000,000 times, but guess what? You can get back up. I promise, it's the truth. You know how many times I fell? I fell countless times. But every time I fell, I got up, I got stronger, and I used that negative energy to propel me forward to my career. And then all of a sudden, it worked. Now, you're not going to get where you need to go without falling. You need to fall in order to succeed. But what failure is, are lessons, are learning, they're blocks to make you better, to build the empire you're looking to build. But the question I have for you, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? So I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, are you 100% committed to being the best sales team in America? Are you?
Yeah.
I don't know. You? Hell yeah. Now it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to, hell yeah, brother. You're gonna have to work those nights. You're gonna have to work those weekends. But I promise you that if you do that, the fruits of your labor will prosper. If you take this as a career, as your last career, not half in and half out, but fully in, and you embrace the opportunity, you leave your ego at the door, you try to be 1% better every single day by the end of this year, can you imagine what can happen? The possibilities are endless. So today I ask you, I'm not telling you, I can't do that. But what I can tell you, as someone that walked the walk, who does the talk, that this opportunity will forever change your life. But keep in mind that the opportunity cannot be about the income. Income is the outcome, it's definitely not the objective. And I want you to dig deep, take a moment, and really think about why you're here. And it has to be greater than money. It has to be greater than something material. It has to be something that is completely bigger than you. Think about it. Close your eyes. Visualize it. What could it be? And once you have it, and once you feel it, then execute. Make this your last career. Make this an unbelievable reality for you, for your legacy, for your family. Make it not about you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to your 2025 meeting. Let's give it up. Come on, guys. Yes, sir. All right, so enough of that, enough of the serious talk. Now let's switch gears and I can really be Mara. So last year we had an unbelievable year. We had so many different things going on. And I would be remiss because if I stood up here and talked about all the funny things that happened, you guys probably wouldn't laugh. But I know somebody that knows all the juicy details of all the funny things that ended up going on here. Could you guys know who that could be? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for your friend and my friend, Mr. Yanni Fonikidis.
Alright, so that was the last second stuff for this, so I'll try my hardest, but we're gonna recap a little bit of everything that happened in 2024.
Do you have a clicker?
We'll get back to that page.
Yeah, here we go.
So kind of started with everything. I don't know if most of you know this, but Seth finally got LASIK. He got rid of those glasses, and he can indeed see that Mara is 8 years older than him. Still young, but we're good. And on top of everything else, you guys are probably wondering this room. It's a content room, podcast room, and Mara's been shooting a lot of things for her not her OnlyFans, her podcast. So make sure you guys click, subscribe to that, everything, the whole 9 yards. We changed our recruiting platform. You guys are definitely a lot younger. Shout out to Lerone for going to the high schools, because if JP or Derek were going, And for our FSL and our satellite that are downstairs, you guys know there is two of them. They look like one person. They've morphed into the same person, but they dress the same. And then billions. Bill.
Billions and billions and billions and billions.
So Bill is definitely not going through a little midlife crisis. He honestly really just wanted to be a redhead, if you guys can tell. You know. Where's our Utah people? We got a bunch of people from Utah. Where are you guys at? We got a little cold down here. That means no drinking, no drugs, no cursing. And like it says on the screen, we're kind of all screwed. So, you know, yeah. What else? Last year, Derek had such a rough year that I think he said he's going sober. You guys had a drink? You're still sober, right?
24 straight.
24, there we go. All right. The gym, a lot of you have been using it. Wagner, where you at? Shout out to you for breaking in the first fucking month, but all right, we move on. JP's team. The reason why, for those of you that qualified for the leaders trip this year, you can't go back to Mexico. Shout out to everybody that went last year from JP's team. Thank you guys. That's one less place for us to have to worry about. Shout out to y'all. On a more serious note, let's go. Let's give JP a round of applause. He did have a baby girl this year. And for those of you that don't know, Nelson had a son last year that's a year older, and they already did a pre-arranged marriage, so they're gonna be together. Sorry, JP, you usually have to pay for the wedding.
It's all good.
And one of the biggest things at the beginning of the year, Zach Idy, where you at, buddy?
Right here.
There he is. We went to the Sausage Castle. If you guys don't know what that is, I highly recommend you look it up and you go there for. Yeah. It's like the local museum downtown. Well, we lost Zach for about a solid 3 months. He came back, though, like they always do, with blue hair, and I'm pretty sure he's a DJ now. What is it? Veneers. DJ Veneers? There we go. But yeah, enough of the recap. I believe Seth is going to be coming up. He's going to kind of get you guys hyped up because I'm a little bit boring, I know, so.
Thanks, Yanni.
Oh, is it me?
I was lying. It's Derek.
You got the clicker for me? It's up top.
Are you gonna do it for me, Seth?
Up here.
All right, give me one more round of applause. We gotta go to some numbers right now. We are like a
Excuses at the end of the day, y'all. You know me and you work under my team. We leave the excuses at the elevator over here. Nobody wants to work next to somebody that's in a victim mentality. So, with that being said, pushing our limits. We got a saying around here.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, how do you expect them to come to your doorstep, right? So creating that brand, getting on social media is a huge, huge thing. You know, we are all technically 1099 business owners here, right? And I can tell you what, I hate being a micromanager. I don't want to be a boss, right? I would love to be a business partner, which means that as a business partner, if you're putting in 50% effort and I'm putting in 100, probably don't want to be your business partner for much longer, and vice versa. I wouldn't expect y'all to want to work with me if you're putting in 100 and we're only putting in 50. So with that being said, y'all, nobody can want this for you more than you want it for yourself. So if it takes us telling you to wake up and get here on time, you're just setting yourself behind, all right? So really look for that intrinsic motivation. If you want to get to where you want to get in life, it can't be because somebody else is telling you to do it. With that being said, it wasn't until I started treating this like a business, a true business, and I come from hospitality, y'all. When we made $10,000 in a week, we had to put 7 of it back into payroll, rent, inventory, right? Just to keep the doors open. We profited 25 to 30%. Here, we don't have to invest anything. We get the free shit. But I can tell you what, you look around this room, the people making hundreds of thousands. Oh, let me ask you, Angel, how much do you make or invest each week? 1,000 to 1,500. I can tell you what, Angel made probably close to a $60,000, $70,000 bonus this year just in par, which paid him back for all the money he invested throughout the year, and now he's got a ton of tax write-offs. So kudos to Angel over here. Thank you, sir. Treat your business like a business. You got to feed what feeds you, and obviously we got a bunch of new people in this room, so growth is definitely at the top of the priority list this year. So you want to take it over? You want to get these next couple slides? You didn't have me prepared for these, Mara.
I just wanted to see if Derek, we wanted to put him on the spot and see if he could do it. I'm just kidding. Give me up for Derek, because he is incredible. Him and JP, both of them, they deserve a huge round of applause. Give it up for them. Alright, one thing that's not on the slide that I do want to address, because we had an emergency phone call with Troy, is the GI. This week we had a huge increase in GI submission. Now, it could be because you guys were holding the apps for people that could absolutely, get it now because you guys couldn't sell it before. That could be the assumption. But the one thing I do want to emphasize about the submission of GI is we never take a person off a major medical and put them on a GI. Are we clear on that? Does everybody know that? Yes, everyone knows that? And if somebody can be on a underwritten product, we're not going to put them on a GI. Is that clear? Yeah. Is anybody doing that? Are you sure? Okay, so this is not a huge deal, but I do want to bring to light that the sales were 100% increase this week. So if you are doing that, I need you to immediately stop doing that. You're probably not going to tell me, but please make sure that if somebody can be on an underwritten product, that you're not going to put them on a GI product. Does that make sense for everybody? One clap if you guys are with me. One clap. Okay. The other focus, I talked about this a few times, and this is a very serious matter. We came in as the last region. We've done a million things right, but the one thing wrong is we hold the lowest average per submitted application. Now, we can say the leads are shitty. We can say that. We can say a whole bunch of things, but at the same token, we have to take some accountability. And what I mean by accountability is that if you want a good agent experience, and if you're on my Monday calls, then you'll know what I'm talking about, you have, or you should, have 3 products in a household. And the reason for that is because the longevity of the client is longer. So one thing that you guys are going to really challenge yourselves on, because even I did horrible with this, is the attachment ratio. And the attachment ratio is the amount of ancillaries you're putting on a product. And I can tell you this. If you sell Secure Advantage and you tap on 3 ancillaries, your individual paychecks will go up. Let me say that again. If you sell Secure Advantage and you're not scared of it, because it is scary, I know what it's like, you guys want to sell Premier Advantage, I get it. It's an easier sale, it's more affordable, but challenge yourself. Because in reality, the Secure Advantage, if people can afford it, is honestly, I don't want to say better, but it is a better product.
For sure.
So just think about that. You're doing due diligence to the client and to your pockets. Just think about that. And then hire association. Now I get the association, and I can argue with you guys all day about it, but the association is hands down the best product that we offer.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Can I get a hell yeah, brother? No, it really is. With the $250 deductible and up to $20,000, you can't beat it. Most accidents cost between $5,000 to $10,000, and that is the most likely thing that's going to happen to your client. So what you really want to do is focus on selling a higher association, and then your residual income goes up. And that's why we're here. We're not here for the short term, we're here for the long term. We're creating long-term wealth. Because if you're not doing that, all you're doing is being penny wise, dollar foolish. So again, the takeaway here is no more ruby, because you can't sell pearl. We're going to increase the association, and we're going to challenge ourselves to put more ancillaries. Can we do that? Yeah. Can we do that? Yeah. Click. Click. All right, so some stats. This is really interesting. I will tell you that year over year, we've had growth within the region, and now the super region. So give yourselves a huge round of applause. Come on, please, you guys are all part of that. One thing that we pride ourselves is dollar for dollar, we create the most millionaires out of this organization. So last year, we had $47 million producers. What do you guys think about that? We submitted 251,347,912. Jeez, that's a lot of business. We ended up issuing out of that almost 200 million. Give yourselves a huge round of applause. Our goal for this year, and I am not kidding, we have a $300 million goal issued. Do you think we can do that? What do y'all think? Do you think that we can do that? Hell yeah, brother. And check this out. We had 28 people to hit the 250K milestone. That is incredible. Which tells me you can have a ton of agents. And maybe last year we didn't have as many as we could have. But the one thing that I know that we're really good at is once we get you in here, we're converting you into, we're converting you, but you're also going to make money. This year, we're going to double that. What do y'all think about that? We're going to have 80 250K milestone winners. That's more than double. Let's go. Click. All right, so some housekeeping. I get on you guys all the time about this. But when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you do good. Now you can argue with me all you want, but studies show that people that are dressed nicely, they perform higher. But it's not only about that. We want to grow this year. And if people come through the cubes and they see you looking like schlubbos, it's not a good look. So, we are professionals here. I need everybody to dress up, dress for success, and look nice. Can we do that? Yes or no? Yeah. Can we do that? Some of you guys are a little unsure. Can we do that? Yeah. Right? And who doesn't like to dress up? It's such a nice feeling. You get your hair, it's just such a good feeling. All right, cleaning up. I want to be clear on this. We want to do renovations to the office. We want to put new flooring in. We want to get some new paints going on. I mean, we really want to clean this up. But I am not going to do that unless you have pride in your office. So keep in mind, I am not your mom, I am not the cleaning lady, and I do not want to clean up after you. So if you see something on the floor, pick it up. The bathrooms. We want to redo the bathrooms for you. What do you think about that? Yeah! Oh, guys, you sound so excited. We're going to that was like the biggest complaint we got. The bathrooms are going to be redone! All right, so, again, let's do our due diligence and make sure that we are cleaning up after ourselves. Can we do that? Yeah. Can we treat our area as if it's our own? Because it is yours. This is your building. So we want to make sure that it looks good and it feels good. Can we do that? Yeah. All you have to do is do that, and in turn, we're going to spruce it up for you. Is that a deal? Yeah. Next. All right, winners dinner are back. What do you guys think about that? We're doing the winners dinner. We have our first winners dinner. Our first winners dinner is going to be February 13th. We're going to have hookahs there. We're going to have drinks there. We're going to have amazing Turkish food. I mean, it is going to be a time. Who are we taking? We are taking winners from January and December, right? That's right. Yes. So we're having double the fun, double the drinks, double the food, just amazing, amazing, amazing time. Are you guys excited for that? Yeah. Are you sure you're excited? You don't sound so excited. Are you guys excited? Winner's dinner is where it's at. How many of you have been to a winner's dinner? Winner's dinner are amazing, right? You get to bond, you get to talk, smoke some hookah, get a little fucked up. No, don't record that. Maybe that's just me. Next. All right, let's see what else we got going on. All right, company enhancements. Now, I'll tell you this. I've been in the company 15 years. I've seen them make very minor enhancements throughout my entire career. But I hope you guys are fired up about what Troy is doing for you guys. Let's take a look, in case you forgot. Number one, agent milestones. How many of you are in your first 13 weeks or brand new? Brand new, first 13 weeks. Do you see the amount of money that they're putting up here for you guys? You have an opportunity to collect $9,300. $9,300. That does not include the money that you're going to make, but $9,300 goes to your pocket. What do you guys think about that? First, what do you guys think? Agent is king here, baby. In addition to that, we also have credits, licensing credits going on. They increased the budget for that for a total of $1,000 available to you guys for credits. What do you think about that? So wait, it doesn't stop there. How many of you in here are quick start winners? You guys were a quick start winner. Who was a quick start winner? How much was your quick start? Jake, how much was it? 5K, what place were you? What place were you? What one? 11th? They upped it. So that's all I need to say. More money in your pockets. So if you're in your first year, what is it? There you go. More money. Look how much more money it is. More money, more money, more money. They took away all the leader bonuses and they gave it to the agents to make sure that you guys feel like agent is king. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. Production bonuses. How many people were a production bonus recipient at any point? They upped that. Check it out. Now it's $1.25 million. 200 producers. That goes to anybody. More money for you guys. What do you think about that? Par, for those of you guys that don't know what par is, there's a lump sum of money. They upped that. I believe it's 41.25. I believe they upped it, 1.25 million this year. And they increased the number of agents that can get it from 600 to 625. More money for you guys. What do you think?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Incredible. Click. All right, now. Wait, there's another one before this.
Nah.
Click. Next. Oh, okay. First and foremost, I want to recognize all of the new promotions. So if you are a new promotion earner, Mr. Nicholas Vonnet, stand up. Woo! Oh, Nick, I'm just saying Nick. If I make my virtue name, give it up. Give it up for Nick again. Give it up. All right, Mr. Angel Ortiz, give it up. How about Mr. Luis Ortiz, promoted from FTA to FSL? Give it up. All of you guys, come on, stand up, keep standing. And last, but maybe least, last, certainly not least, let's give it up for your new regional sales leader, Mr. But it doesn't stop there. I'd also like to recognize your 2025 leadership team. If you are a leader, please stand up or come up here. Actually, come up here, you guys. You guys deserve all your accolades. If you are the 2025 leadership team, please come up here. 2025 leadership team, please come up here. Nick, that would be you. Bobby, you. Brandon, you. What a winning team. Look at your winning team. Come on, you guys. Show them some love. Give them some love. That is your 2025 leadership team. Amazing. Show them, come on, you guys. Give them lots of love. These guys are killing it. Give it up for them. These guys bust their ass for you. They give money out of their pocket. I know they're there. They're listening to you. They're here for you. They're riding. They're dying. Everything for you. Come on, you guys. Show them lots of love right now. Now, their success depends on you. Are you guys 100% all in, playing full out, locked in with these guys this year? What do you say? Are you guys ready? Yeah! Because they are here for you. Yes. And I want to be really clear about this because leadership is not easy. These guys sacrifice time with their families, time with their kids, time with everybody to be here with you day in and day out. They put their own money in. They put their own time. They put their own blood, their own sweat, their own tears, and they do this for you guys. So please, keep that in mind. Day after day, they do this for you. Once again, your 2025 leadership team. Wow, what a lineup. Such a hot lineup. All right, Cam, back to your regularly scheduled program. Next, like. All right, Derek, I think this is you because you know I am not good with this. So we're gonna give this back to Mr. Derek Livingston. Let's give it to him right now. 1, 2, 3.
We're gonna give it to you. I don't have to applaud. But I do want to give a shout out to the Spartans on the first floor. Give it up for the Spartans and their hell of a week. Let's give it up for Team Pipeline as well. Obviously, hit me with that clicker if you could. Obviously, we want to give a shout out to the top producing teams this week. So give it up for your boy, Nick. What's your team name, Nick?
Medi Mafia.
Medi Mafia with 210K on the board. Give it up for Medi Mafia. Your number one FTA team this week. What do we got coming in here? Sorry, the clicker's not working. At 299,000. Give it up for SOA and RJ McGregor and team. Your top FSL, or the challenger this week, coming in here at 280K on the board. Give it up for your boy Nelson and squad. Almost 630,000 this week. Give it up for your top FSL, Mr. Warren Hendry and his Knights. Big there. And then what do we got next here? We got our top 10 individual performances this week. Coming in here at the number 10 spot with 32K submitted, your boy, Kermit Silver. Coming in here at the number 9 spot at 33,500. We got your boy Jonathan up here. Let's go, Jonathan. Coming in here. All right, am I clicking or are you clicking?
I'll click.
All right, hey, thank you, Yanni. I appreciate you. One less thing to worry about. At the number 8 spot this week, coming in here at almost a little over 36,000. Give it up for your boy, DeWine. Coming in here at the number 7 spot at just shy of 38,000. Give it for your boy Ronnie Black. Cheesy smile right there. Coming in here at the number 6 spot, just short of 40,000 this week. Give it up for your DJ himself, Mr. Alex Scout. That bow tie looks good on you, kid. At the number 5 spot, that's right, we tapping into almost 48,000 in submitted AB this week. Give it up for your boy Gus Bucks. Let's go. And then getting up there into your top 4 this week, we got, 49,000 of business this week. Coming in here, Mr. Stephen Ram. Damn, the number 4 spot almost at 50K. You know we got some big numbers this week. Your top 3 this week coming in here at 52,000. This girl, she was here at 8 a.m. She stayed until 11:12 p.m. every single night. Give it up for your girl, Cam. Let's go. I wanna be, but I got it right back in the fluid. Let me get your screen name, Tora. And we got the number 2 spot right here. Oh, go back, Yanni, sorry. Coming in here at 78,000 submitted in a single week. Give it up for the mad scientist himself, Mr. Haley Powell. Like my nickname, I just came up with that like literally last 2 seconds. I don't know where I hadn't thought of that before, you know? And then there can only be one number 1. That's right, that's right. Shit, I think this girl's like 18, 19 years old or something like that. Give it up for this young lady. She has come in and absolutely been one of the most coachable people that I've ever been around. She literally thrives off of the environment, the culture, and tell you what, she comes every day with a positive attitude, looking to get better. She credits her parents by teaching her the strong work ethic, but I'll tell you what, she's got some serious intrinsic motivation right now. So give it up for your girl, the number 1 agent this week, Miss Lisa Strada. We got the money right there, and then we got a couple record-breaking weeks that we want to give a shout out. Let's start off with Miss Tora Thomas down here with a record-breaking week. We got Miss Lisa Strada with a record-breaking week. We got Lisa's team breaking records, but honestly, she put those numbers up. Give it up for the back nine police. Mr. Steven Rams breaking a record week. We got Mr. Anthony over here. Anthony, where you at? Where you at? Let's go, Mr. Anthony. Record breaking week. Come on, Josh. Where you at? Stand up for me, Josh. We got a movie record breaking week. Let's go. FMB week, record week. Huge shout out to Josh. You know what? I'm going to go Haley next. Haley, we all know you're amazing, bro. We're not giving you any more recognition. No, I'm kidding. But hey, this last guy I want to give a little shout out to, Tony. You know his situation. He wasn't in the best spot when he came into this opportunity. He needed it. He needed it bad, right? And I want to give him a huge shout out. Not only was he, I think he put up like over 30K this week, just barely missed the top 10. But he's literally in his 2nd week writing business, closing apps for other new agents in the row. He cleared almost, or a little over $3,000 this week on his first official paycheck with the company. So give it up for your boy, Mr. Tony. All right, Yanni, hit me with the next one, sir. What do we got? All right, so if you guys don't know, they feed me on newbies. I'm jealous, man. We only had 65K when I started. But with that being said, y'all see it in front of your eyes. $9,300 worth of bonus incentives within your first 13 weeks. Obviously, they upped that a little bit from the $7,200 it was last year. But let's give it up for those people that are competing for that money right now. We got your boy, Mr. Eddie Rodriguez. Let's go, FMB this week. We got Anthony. Damn, Anthony, you over here FMBing this week too? Good shit, man. And shout out to you, sir. Where's MJ at? Where you at, MJ? Let's go, boy. We got Mr. Edwin. Let's go, Edwin. We got Tony up there, and we got the lovely. Where's Miss Anna at? Miss Anna, give it up for your FMBs this week. And then we got 65K up here. We got Miss Tora right over here hitting that 65K. She said, I don't only want the 65K, I want the 100K this week too. So give it up for your girl Tora hitting that 100K too. We got Miss Elise hitting that 100K this week as well. Give it up for her. And then give me one clap for Mr. Carlos. He's not here right now dealing with some back issues, but huge shout out for him hitting that 100K as well. And I believe we got a 150K up here too. Give it up for your girl there, at least hitting that 150 in the same week. And we know there's 2 more milestones for you to hit there, at least, but give it up for the young buck himself. Mr. LeBron with his 200K. Hold on, save your clap. Because he hit the 250K in the same week. Give it up for your boy, Mr. LeBron. Huge shout out to you, busting your ass to get to that milestone, sir. Huge work. All right, this is where Seth takes over. So where you at, Seth? Come on up here. Give it up for your leads it right over here, Seth.
How we doing? Anybody excited to see what we have in store for leads and matching for 2025? Yes, sir. I can't hear you. What? Who wants to hear what we have in store for 2025 matching and lead incentives? Yes, sir. What we got first? All right, guys. Here's a little update on what we're going to do on the lead side of things for 2025. When it comes to age leads, we are going to pull all the age leads together. We're going to only distribute leads around 15 to 60 days old. They'll be at 20 cents a pop. All the other tiers will disappear. We will only have one tier, and we will always sell the newest lead first when it comes to the age leads at 20 cents. Now, what we're going to do to help one area that we really fell short in last year was we had all these age leads just sitting there ready to buy. Just people didn't want to buy. They wanted to focus on new leads, or there was just so many. There wasn't enough money to buy them all. So all the leads that don't get purchased, we will have weekly contests to distribute those leads out to you guys completely free of charge. So you guys will have, there's a lot of worry, like, I have to buy the age leads, and then I have to pay for the texting of the age leads, and combining that money together, it gets expensive. I get it. If you want to buy them and take priority, buy them. If you don't want to buy them, you don't have to. You will be in different contests every single week to distribute leads completely free of charge. First few contests I can think of offhand, we're going to have agents in their first 26 weeks in their own contest. So if they're in the first 13 weeks or their second 13 weeks, they will be isolated in their own contest. We'll also have a contest for all agents, some of which might be top production of the week, others might be top spend of the week. Either way, we're going to be fluctuating these contests, not every week, but we're going to roll out with at least the first 26 week contest, and we are going to roll out with the top spenders contest. All right, those are going to be the first two off the bat, and I can tell you right now, if you haven't seen how many leads we distributed out over the past 2 weeks, I think over 225,000 leads in just the last 2 weeks. I mean, we've got millions of them just stocked up, ready to go.
Billions and billions and...
Not a billion yet, but close, very close. So even if you want to buy them off the top. If you don't, you can wait for them to come to you based on either your production or your spend or being a top agent in your first 26 weeks, etc. Now, another area we fell short on is exclusive leads. I'm not in the business of making you guys pay an arm and a leg for leads. That is not what I'm about. I'm not over here trying to outbid other people and paying 50, 60, 70, 80 plus dollars per lead. That's not my nature. I want to work smarter, not harder. So we were able to secure a few good deals on this. Number one, Infinex, we backed them up into a corner. We're one of their largest buyers in their history, right? And we backed them up in the corner and said, you're not to sell us any shared leads anymore. They've agreed, and they're going to go 100% exclusive with 2 buyers, us and one other group. We've got them locked in, so expect a lot of lead flow.
Get them out. Get them out. Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here.
A lot of good things. And if you haven't experienced the exclusive leads from Infinex before, we had them back in 2022 and early 23, but we were bringing them back and then some. Now, here's something literally an hour old, 1 hour. We've talked about this one-on-one consent law. Who raise your hand in the room if you've heard of this one-on-one consent law? Good chunk of you guys. It was a law that was being passed to say all leads are going to be exclusive, and not all, but 90% or so, right? And what it would do to us, it would create a big lead shortage. But don't worry, I already had things planned out with all the vendors to ensure we get all their leads from different landing pages. But as of an hour ago, literally an hour ago, the one-on-one law has been postponed for up to 12 months, so we have nothing to worry about. the best part about it is that some vendors still want to maintain this one-to-one consent style leads, which honestly is only going to improve the quality. So again, we're going to be putting ourselves in the driver's seat and being able to play both ends of the spectrum, whether we're buying the share leads that we were before, we backed Infinix into an exclusive deal, we've got them secured, we've got other vendors ready to go that are moving into this style, but we still have the share leads pool that we've always had, that we've always flourished on, so that's going to be another big side of things. Another area is we've secured deals with vendors that generate, they're masters at Google search optimization. They are masters at generating good quality leads. We're going to do exclusive deals with them that we're going to buy every single lead that comes off of their websites. They're just going to run ads specific for our group, and we are going to buy 100% of the traffic. Again, we're not going to have to worry about outbidding against the competition. There is no competition. It is just us. And based on their performance, the Google campaigns will be tweaked automatically and giving us the better and better and better clientele each and every week. And the last part is that we will be creating our own landing page and generating our own leads on Google, so we even have less competition in the marketplace. So huge, huge, huge things with age and exclusivity. The very last piece I want to talk about is call qualifiers. All right. UHC passed a rule in December that we cannot do any transfers from offshore call centers. Womp, womp, womp. All this hard work I did building out a call center and getting transfers in and building this platform, all the waste. Never, never, ever. What we're going to do What we're going to do in turn is we're going to transfer that into an inbound call platform. So we have vendors ready to go to start sending us leads. And instead of them being transfers to your phone, it's just going to be the raw inbound call that you're going to get off different landing pages, etc. We haven't finalized any price points. You'll start seeing these leads come in as early as next week. And it's going to be a new project that we're going to unravel. It's just going to be raw inbound calls. And then phase 2 to that is, they said we can't use any offshore call centers. So we're creating our own AI call center. They'll be able to qualify these calls for us and transfer it in. We're just waiting for home office approval, which will be a few months at least. So that's the updates on the lead side. Anybody want to see what we're doing on the matching side? Yeah! Let's go to the next slide. All right. New matching. We are going to run with new matching for this week and next week. Week 7. You're not going to lose a single thing. You will just get more. All right? Now, what's not changing? You're 100% matching on your office contribution. That's not changing. We will still match you to 100%. We had a matching thing for the non-resident licenses. That it will be changing. We will not match. We used to do new non-resident licenses for anyone in the first year. We are taking that away because the leadership team has come together and saying we're going to front load agents with licenses. We're not going to worry about buying licenses throughout the first and second 13 weeks. So we're going to remove that off because we're going to put a lot of money into the agents in their first and second 13 weeks. And I'll get to that shortly. Now, marketplace accounts must be under $500 balance in order to get any credits for matching. Last year it was $1,000. This year it's going to be $500. Just make sure your account is below $500 before you invest and request matching, right? And if your managers, for example, let's say you have $300 in there, you put in another $500 in a deposit, and your manager, a really good manager, sends you another $500. When I see that, I'm going to see $1,300. In my head, I'm going to subtract 500. How much is left? $800. That's more than the 500. I'm going to say, hey, you don't qualify for matching. You have a balance over $800. Just let us know ahead of time that you've gotten money from your manager, and we'll see that, and we'll be able to match you accordingly, okay? So just keep an eye out for that. And all the managers came together. We've had a series of 3 different calls to discuss matching, things they liked, things they didn't like, things they wanted to change. So we all came together to put together our new matching program for 2025, and it's going to be a whole lot easier than the big-ass spreadsheet with a bunch of colors on it that nobody understands, all right? Now go ahead and click to the next slide and see what that looks like. All right, New matching. All agents will be up for this matching. It's based on just your previous week's submitted business only. If you are below 20K submitted business for the previous week, you will get a 50% match to 1,000. If you are above 20K for the previous week, 75% to 1,500. If you're over 40K for the week, 100% match to 2,000.
I'm talking about 40,000.
And if you're over 60K submitted, I was super against this. We've been able to make this work. But we're going to do 125% matching up to $2,000. Unheard of. And if you're not stoked about that, you got to find another place to work. 5,000! All right. As always, failure of the complete checklist. You'll get a lower matching, but we raised it compared to last year, 50% of 500. And matching programs for next gen for agents and leaders is as follows below. Below 30K is 50% match. Above 30K, 75% match, and over 60K, above 100, you get 100% match as well. All right? Any questions? Any concerns? Y'all stoked? Yeah. Hey, are you guys pumped? Yeah. All right. I was worried about this. All right, next slide.
There was a question from someone that's watching that isn't here. They said, can you invest in Marketplace and get matched in Next Gen?
Oh, shit. There's this piece on the bottom I didn't read. All right. If you want to put money in Next Gen and you get matched in Marketplace, or if you put money in Marketplace and get matched in Next Gen, you will receive Next Gen matching rates. Forgot that part. So yes. Next slide, please. All right. Coming soon, we are going to do even more matching for those in their first 13 weeks, second 13 weeks, and those on track for their Hope Award, all right? So all the above are based on you're on track to get the milestone you're trying to achieve. So if you're on track to get your 250K in your first 13 weeks, I can tell you right now, you're gonna get a fat bonus. If you're on track for your 250K for your second 13 weeks and Hope Awards, same thing applies. We're getting you more money up front, but that will be coming on week 7. So stay tuned. And last but not least, we are going to do a special funding for all agents in their first 13 weeks. You don't have to do anything, and you'll get money in your marketplace. Right now, we're looking at $100 if you're on track for your 65K, $200 if you're on track for your 100K, $300 if you're on track for your 150K, $400 if you're on track for your 200K, and $500 each and every week in your marketplace account if you're on track for 250K. This is what your leaders wanted. This is what you're gonna get. I hope you guys enjoy it. I don't think I have anything else. Are we good?
Oh, no, my bad.
We're good. All right. I hope you guys like this. I hope it's improved. Everybody, I mean, literally I had all the managers on the call, and they were like, no, we want it simpler. I was like, no, I make it complicated so everybody gets a little bit extra, and they said, no, we want it simpler. So we're able to move around budgets, make it a lot simpler for you guys, easy to obtain, and unheard of 125% matching. So a huge thank you to the leadership team for helping me put all of this together. All right, without further ado, this man, the man, the myth, the legend, running MSGA Consulting, works with us each and every day. He is on the phone with one of you guys all the time, and he works with all of the teams individually. Todd, please come to the stage and light the group up.
What's up, everybody? Let's go. You look around in here. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Go fucking crazy. Start clapping. Go around right now. Keep it up. Hard. I don't see you clapping. I'm not gonna stop. Keep going. Let's go. Everybody go crazy. Stay standing. Everybody stay standing. Everybody stop clapping for a minute. If Mara was gonna pay each you $5,000 right now, cash in your hand, how about what you get? What about 10,000? Yeah! What about $1 million fucking dollars? Sit your asses down. You ain't get no $1 million. Dream is dead. guys, real quick, some housekeeping issues that I want to go over before we get started. Number one, everybody listen to Derek's voice. He's fucking, I love that, man. Octagon guy. Number two, if you hadn't met Mara in here in that back corner where she didn't call and you stand up real quick. No. If the people that hadn't met Mara yet, that she didn't see you in the back, stand up. You two, right? Yeah, go ahead, stand up. Mara, you forgot about you. Tell them who you are.
They just need to say their names. Tell me your name.
Mary Jo.
Hi, Mary Jo.
Josiah.
Hi, Josiah. How are you? You can go ahead and Venmo request me right now for $40.
All right, Mary Jo, Josiah. Mara doesn't care about everybody, obviously. Just not kidding. And then she said something about a dress code. Huge round of applause if I look like shit. Yeah. Ready? Are you ready? Get him out of here. Huge round of applause if I look good, man. You guys see these fucking dicks? 4 people? Love that. All right, anyways, all right. So listen, guys, my name is Todd Spencer. Yes, we are a huge part of a lot of different companies, but we like to feel that we're a big part of the Dorne region. And I don't know if you guys had, the ones you haven't met, Mara, Seth, and the team yet, you guys work with some of the best leaders in the business, by far. We've done consulting for insurance companies, a bunch of different industries. I'm not just saying this because Mara's paying me to be here. Wait, she didn't pay me to be here. I came here free. I'm not just saying this because I'm here. I'm saying it because you guys truly have the best leaders in the industry right now. So real quick, if you were standing before and clapping, if you believe that the insurance industry is the industry that creates the most millionaires, I need you to stand up. We have a little fun, but I'm getting serious right now, okay? Everybody in this room should be standing. Because you're in a position, in a business, in an industry that creates the most fucking millionaires. I want you to think about this for a second. I really want you to think about this. There's not a person in this room that can't become a millionaire if you guys don't fight for it. But what's the reason why you don't fight for it? Somebody shout it out. Why do you fail?
You're working for someone else.
Working for somebody else? Fucking Mara works for somebody else and they make millions. Said that because LASIK from somebody. Lack of discipline, what else? Confidence, what else? So these are the reasons why we fail, right? Mindset, what else? Everybody want to know the number one reason that people fail is?
Lazy.
The fucking victim mentality and your story. Everybody take a seat. Here's the thing, guys. We can have a lot of fun on stage. We can have a lot of fun on the phones, but how many people really, by raise of hands, love coming to work? Not yet. And want to make 600 fucking phone calls a day for somebody to tell you guys to fuck off and they're not interested. Raise your hand. I can't wait to see. But you do it anyways. You get up every single day, but what is the reason you get up? Somebody yell it out. Your kid. Okay? Anybody got kids in here? Raise your hand. You got kids? Does everybody agree you get up for your kids? If you didn't have kids, you don't? Okay? Tell me why. You don't get up? Do you have kids? And you don't tell me why. I love this. Why do you, is the kids not the reason?
Because I want freedom.
Okay.
I can give him that once I learn how to get it. So
Give her a round of applause right now. Okay. Guys, here, putting all this bullshit aside, okay? The numbers are great, people make money, but who didn't write $30,000 last week? Who did not write $30,000? Raise your hand high. High. Okay, let me ask you a question. Damn, you're yawning already? Fuck, I just got on stage, bro. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think you didn't hit $30,000? No, the yawner. I picked the wrong guy. No, but I'm going to ask you again. It's your first week, right? Let me ask you a question. All serious, all bullshit aside right now. Do you have someone you love? Okay. Your family. If something severe was going to happen to your family, unless you wrote $30,000 in business your first week, would you figure out a way to do it? See, we're joking about this shit, but it's not funny. You want to know why? Because I've been there. My mom had breast cancer when I was 15 years old. They gave her 6 months to live. 15 years old. My dad was a depressed, very depressed human being who was disabled and couldn't provide for his family. My mother had chemo and radiation every other day for a year, and they told her that if the cancer doesn't kill her, the chemo and radiation will. She's done. That's it. My mother is 82 years old today, and she's beat cancer 3 times. Give her a round of applause. There's a couple of lessons there, though, because when I was 15 years old, I have an older brother that's 2 years older than me, and my brother was brilliant, still is, very smart dude, very, very smart dude, very book smart. I wasn't. I don't think I still am very book smart. I'm sorry. I've written 3 books, thank you. But I don't think I'm that book smart. But I had to learn along the way. When I was 15 years old, we lived in Section 8 housing. You guys know what that is? Like public housing, right? Okay. So here's the thing: government, like housing, when I was a kid, because my mom was getting shots of chemo and radiation intravenously while my dad was depressed. And as a kid, every time I'd come home, I'd see my mom sleeping on the couch, throwing up with massive hair loss, also depressed. Like imagine growing up in an environment like that. Now the Section 8 housing cost us $268 a month. I was 15. It was only 10 years ago. Fuck you guys laughing at? I was 15 years old, right? I'm almost 50. So you're talking 35 years ago. And I remember my dad figuring out a way to come up with $248 to pay for the housing. And then when my dad got depressed and my mom couldn't work, where's the money going to come from? So my brother was upstairs studying in his room, and like every other kid that grew up on my block, I was sneaking out the window selling weed to make a living just to keep the electricity on, just to pay the rent. Great. So good. But all joking aside, there was a choice for me, right? We talked about families, your first week, sir, right? All joking aside. If someone had a gun to your family's head and said, I'm pulling the trigger unless you write $30,000 this week, I guarantee, and I don't know you, but I guarantee you'd figure out a way, right? See, what we lose in goals is the cost of inaction. See, we don't think about it. Is this anybody's first job ever in this room? No? Exactly. So you never flipped burgers, Mara, or did like anything? But did you have a job before this? Okay. Well, Mara's an anomaly. But let me, I'm sorry, your first job? I love that. How old are you? 18? Okay, so here's the point I'm making. 18, I just asked a couple people in the back, and I said, out of every 10 people that come in to U.S. Health in the Dorne region, and JP was helping me with this, and it was an average, so don't like hold them to this. Out of 10 people, how many people make it? And he said, well, if they make it past the 4 weeks, then 7 out of 10 will. And I said, well, how many people make it the first 4 weeks? What's the average, Mara? 10 people come in, they got to get past 4 weeks. They don't make it. Rule of 3. So you hire 10, you keep 3. So if you're new in this room, raise your hand again. Okay, 70% of you are going to be gone. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. This is all joking aside. All the funny noises and shit, let's be real for a second. That's the real. Because the average of people that come into any work environment, there is called a retention rate. And the retention rate is how many people come in that actually stick. And the cost per hire changes based on that retention. Now, when you guys come into an environment and you knew, this young man knew, let's say he didn't have people in the business, he was just him, he came in on his own, he doesn't know anybody here, said there's a 70% chance he's going to lose. But the risk of inaction, 18, doesn't fucking matter because he's young. He can just go get another job, yes or no? Can he go work for another insurance company? Yes. Can he go work for somebody else in a different industry? Yes. So the risk of inaction is very low. But when we set goals, every person in this room, you're thinking to yourself, if I don't make it, I'll find another job. Raise your hand if you've had more than 3 jobs in your life. 4 jobs, 5 jobs, 6 jobs, 7 jobs. Bill, you've had 100. You're oldest guy in here, bro. Don't lie. Billions and billions and billions and billions. Hey, Bill is supposed to be truthful. But here's the deal. I probably had, I'm not kidding you, probably 10, 12 jobs in my life. At least 10 or 12 jobs, probably more. You want to know why? Because at one point when my family was stable enough to live and we were homeless, for 9 months, lived in a Red Cross shelter when we were stable enough where we just had a place to live, and I went to go get a job. If the place was paid for and I lost my job, did I still have a bed? Yes, I went home. So the risking of action didn't fucking mean anything. It didn't matter. If I lost my job, I had a place to sleep. I had food on the table. We ate bags of pasta. My dad would freeze pasta in the fridge because we were so broke, and all I had to do was put it in the defrost in the microwave, and I had something to eat. That's what we ate. But you know what? I could have been like every other weak-minded motherfucker out there that basically says, oh, look at my story. Look, Todd, your story. Fucking woe is me. I could use my story as an excuse not to win because that's what most people do. And then what happens, this happens all the time. Pay attention, don't. 30% of everybody in this room, 30% are going to walk out of here and say that was bullshit. That motivation, fucking pay attention, all that, it's all bullshit. You're going to be the ones that are going to be gone. Anybody in this room ever thought to themselves, at any time, I wish I would have listened to what they told me? Yes or no? Yes or no? Because here's the deal. That was my life for a decade, dude. And every time someone told me to get out of running illegal card games to living for a fucking decade, I thought I was cool. All this money in my pocket. Todd, you can make more money. Open up your own business. Do this. The risk of inaction didn't matter because I knew that I could make 10, 20, 30 grand a month in cash playing cards. Didn't file taxes for 10 years. Had no credit. I didn't own anything besides a fucking Range Rover because I was stupid as shit and used all my money on it. But the truth is, I've had cars repossessed. Guys, I filed bankruptcy in 1998. I've been down and out. How many of you have had something hard happen in your life? Severe, raise your hand. No. Here's the thing. Severity is only what it feels to you. Because my weight of loss is not bigger than your weight of loss because I'm talking up here and you think that my story is worse than yours. How many people didn't raise their hand when I said you've suffered a big loss? Raise your hand if you have not suffered a big loss in your life. Maybe 2, 3 people. God bless you. Because the truth is that shit hurts. Yeah, and when you feel the pain, you don't want to feel it anymore. So when Mara asked me to talk about goals, and she wanted you guys to be fucking pumped up and ready for 2025, the only thing stopping you guys from succeeding is your own fucking story and the victim mentality and the fucking excuses. And I've done this and look at me this. And if you come from another place and you've actually made money, but you're giving this a shot and you have all these awards and all these fucking accolades, you're like, look at me, look at my resume. Your resume doesn't mean shit, dude. Yeah. The truth is, anyone in here could create a resume. Mara could do the interview. She could look at you and say, this resume looks fantastic, but tell me who you are. Why are you going to be the right choice for my region to run with us, not work for us? Just to be a part of this team, this culture that these guys have built, it's fucking crazy, guys. I speak all over the place. You don't get that in a place like this. I promise you, I'm not just saying that. My hand to God. But some of you are going to take it for granted, and you're going to play the victim mentality, and one day you're going to wake up and you go, I just don't feel like coming into work on time. It's fucking disrespectful. Who is it disrespectful to? You. You. And everyone who believed in you. Raise your hand if there's someone that if you died, you would die for them right now. If you could change their life forever. They'd never have to worry about money. They'll live a life of freedom. They don't have to have ever suffered. Raise your hand if you would die for somebody like that right now. Raise your hand. You know someone. Then why aren't you living for them that same way? Because that's the truth. We take for granted we have time. And I don't talk about my dad much because some of you saw me in Mexico and I'll cry and I'll look really way uglier than I do now. But you don't have time, you guys. We take for granted because you're 18 and a great looking kid and he can go out and do anything when he puts his mind to it. But we take for granted the time that we have, and let me tell you something, that is only your fault. If you win, it's your fault. If you lose, it's your fault. That's it. So we can be real. And I could come up here today and say, well, I want you guys to write down fucking 10 goals, and here's how you do it. Show to work up on time. And all that matters. But you know what matters more? Your belief that you can, and the respect that you have enough for yourself to get up and do the things that weak people won't do because they're using the story as an excuse. That's it. And again, some of you are going to leave here and be like, oh, fuck that guy, I wasn't sure. It's fine. It's okay. 70%. Well, hopefully 70 will be good for me, 30 will be bad. But the truth is, I was that guy. I speak a lot now. Motivational, sales trainer, leader guy, whatever, right? And I remember the first conference that I went to, I didn't believe a fucking word anybody was saying. And the guy sitting next to me was broke as shit like me, followed this path, made millions of dollars. I still talk to him this day because I was stubborn. I thought I knew everything. There are leaders right there in the back there right now who can train you guys to fucking absolutely crush this. You have Seth, you got Mara, you got all these amazing fucking people right at your fingertips. It's right here. And all you have to do is reach out and ask for help. But pride and ego is going to stop you. Look at what I've done. Look at who I am. Look at what I produced last week. But let me tell you something. Last week was last week in sales, guys. They don't give a fuck what you did last week. That's the hard part about sales. But you want to know the best part about sales? What you're in right now? That's that there's no capped income. You can make as much as you want. $70,000 bonus based on effort. You guys have a choice. When you leave this room, you have a choice to say, I'm going to give it everything I have. But then you do have to have an action plan. You have to challenge yourself to go out there and do the things you fucking said you were going to do. And if you don't do that, you aren't failing the people in this room. You're failing yourself. I want you to be okay getting up in the morning, looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I fucked up. It was my fault. I lost. It was because of me. Because you know what weak people do? They place blame. It was the fucking leads. It's the hours. I can't do the hours. Oh, fuck the hours. Lead costs too much. I don't want to invest money. Name a fucking business right now that you can get into, an actual business where they don't have to invest money to get a return. Stripper, I guess. That'd be a losing scenario for me, Alex. I promise you that. I don't know it though. If you play some Frank Sinatra, we'd know it, right, young man? I say we're more tenured. These guys, that's how I call it. But here's the deal, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with this. First of all, I'm grateful and honored to be here. And for those of you that know me, I mean this. I'm super honored because if you can touch one life, I want you guys to touch your own. I'm honored to be here because if I get to touch one life, and it is 70% of people tell me to go fuck myself when they leave here, then at least, I was able to touch a couple lives. But I'm asking you guys to believe in yourselves. And if there's people that you love that are with you in your household or in your family, or there's people that you care about that believe in you, and everybody that fucking believed in you, yes, you don't want to let them down. But I promise you, failure, it hurts. But it's the only way you learn how to win. Yes, sir? Amen, brother. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. You guys need to go. Well, actually, how many people do you have a goal right now? How many of you have a goal? What's that goal, sir? Yes, sir. How much is it per day? Stop. Here's the deal. Calling this young man out. He's a big dude. Hope he doesn't fuck with me afterwards. Here's the deal. You guys need to know your goals so well that when I ask you, or your leaders ask you, you can spit them out. See, when we train people about goals, if you don't know them, if you're not owning them, if you can't without, this FBI negotiation, these are like tactics that they taught people. I read this book, it's fucking great, right? If you look up to the left, you're thinking, right, of an answer to reply. Some of the time, they say 100, but I don't fucking believe that. If you look up to the right, you're lying. But if you ask someone a question, I go, what's your goal? And they go, like this, they have to think about it, right? We read people for a living, at least I do, right? I read people for a living. And when I see your face and you look up to the left, that means you have to think about that number. So when I said 250K per day, you'd have to do the math. Okay, well, it's 13 weeks divided by 13. How many, am I going to work 6 days a week? Am I going to work 7 days a week? Am I going to work 5 days a week? How many days a week am I going to work? If my goal is fucking just easy math, $7,000, which it definitely shouldn't be that per week, just easy math. If there are 7 days, it'd be $1,000 a day, right? But if you don't know that, if your goal is 250, then how do you know, how are you coming in prepared for success? I want to hit $5,239 today. That's what I have to hit. That's my goal. And if I don't hit it, I don't take the fucking money that I didn't hit and move it to the next day. I take it over the next 5 days and divide it up, so now the next day isn't as hard as I have to make up the $1,100. But I know my goal. But some of you don't know your goal, so when you leave here, know your fucking goal. How many people passed their first 13 weeks? What's your goal? How much is that per day?
1,500, 1,800.
Is it? What is it exactly? I just make you think, right? What is exactly? This is my point. Here's the thing. If you guys don't know it on a date, you might think it's fucking crazy. But salespeople need to see their goal. They need to visualize their goal. And every day that they see it on a small whiteboard, which I empower you guys to do, it's $5. JP's rich, he'll pay for them all. Do you see the fucking G-Wagon? I have to go like 800. He's got money. Yeah. Do this with that thing. It's fucking crazy. But here's the deal. If you don't have a small whiteboard in your office right now, you're not respecting your office. It's not just about cleanliness. It's about making sure your mind is clear, it's ready. And if you don't have a goal of 500K for the year, is that it, sir? Okay, 500K for the year divided by 12, right? Divided by the amount of days you're going to work per month, right? And then literally, not kidding you, you recalculate your goals from there. It should be your annual goal, your quarterly goal, it should be your monthly goal, it should be your weekly goal, and then it should be your daily goal. This is a goal I'm going to give you about setting goals. And when I leave here today, because I'll come back, when I leave here today, and I walk in, if you don't have that in there, you're not serious about your goal. And I don't want to say, oh, it's written down on my phone. Fuck your phone. You don't see it every second. I got it on a piece of paper. Don't disrespect yourself. You're going to have to write it on another piece of paper when you redo the math. You guys have to visualize your goal. But then here's what I want you to do that probably no one has ever told you. I want you to write down 3 reasons why you want to hit your goal. Give me one major reason why you hit your 500K. If you hit your 500K, what can you do with the money? 3 major reasons, 3 goals. What do you want to do with the money? What's that? Be a better commission. Okay, so it's about the money. Give me another goal. Something emotional.
Buy a house.
Buy a house. Okay? Here's the deal, right? I want him and all of you to write down 3 major dreams, not fucking money. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a car. Something like that. I want to take my family on a vacation like I never could do. I want you to pay off student loans, pay off debts, whatever. Yes, ma'am, I hear you. Write that shit down. But here's what I also want you to do. Who is impacted if you don't hit your goal? What is the cost of inaction? Who gets impacted? If you have a family and your kids want to go out and, like you're my daughter, where she spends $2,000, she's 9, it's fucking $2K a month for dance competition. But do I want to say no? Does anybody want to say no to their kid? Raise your hand if you just want to say no. We're not going to do that. I know some people are like, oh, you got to teach them money management. Fuck that. If you can do it, you should do it, right? But the truth is, if you don't have the cost of inaction, JP, how long did you have that G-Wagon prepared in your mind that you wanted?
Since I walked in the door.
Here's the thing. He visualized it. It was there. He knew it and he received it. You guys have to write the goals down as if you've already received them. I love driving my fucking G-Wagon. I love my new home. And then right under that, I want you to be detailed of who suffers if you don't hit that goal. Oh, we'll be fine, we'll get a smaller house. No, dude, the house you want. Who suffers? You can tie it to income. Who will suffer if you don't make the money that you need to make? Do you lose your home? Because everybody in here that didn't write 30 or 50K, every one of you would have, or given it everything you could possibly give it. If someone was going to die in your family and you said, hey, I need to write 50K in order to save a family member's life or someone that I love. So we can have fun and we can joke, but your life isn't a fucking joke, and it's not always fun. So you have to put the effort that it takes with an action plan of goals and then the cost of inaction, and then you need to hold yourself accountable and stop placing blame on everybody else because your story does not fucking matter. It doesn't. I told you my story because people can, oh, well, fuck, that was tough. Fucking Section 8 housing, mom had cancer, almost died, all this boy. Dude, it doesn't matter. My mindset is I am unstoppable, dude. I promise you this, I did write 3 books. I do have a very great company that's doing very well. I do have a beautiful family, a beautiful home. I do got all the fancy shit. But I promise you this, my mindset is if I fucking lost it tomorrow, it'd be fucking 2 months before I rebuild it again. This is fact. And there's not a person in here, I don't give a fuck how good you are at sales, I will fucking destroy you. Not because I think I'm that much better, because my risk of loss is bigger than yours. My children will suffer, my wife will suffer, I will suffer. What type of an example am I setting? That's the thing, my risk, my cost is fucking crazy, bro. If I lose, everybody suffers. So I don't care if you have a family or not. Get detailed on the cost of inaction. Get detailed on the cost of not showing up on time. If you made $30,000 last month, me, I'm a fucking nut job with numbers. I'll break down how much I made per hour. And if I come in late, that just costs me that much money. But you guys don't look at it that way. That's just another job. Come there and make a few fucking phone calls. Don't lose this opportunity. This is not a joking face. You can say I'm serious. Some of you are going to love me. Some of you are going to hate me. But I promise you this. If you fucking focus and you do this shit, it's impossible for you guys to lose. So I want everybody to get up right now. And if you guys are in the back, come fill this fucking middle part right here. Come on. JP, all the leaders, everybody stand there. Come fill the middle real quick. Come on up here, Mara. Come on up here, Mara. All right, here's the deal. What's something we should yell loud as fuck right now? Like, Dorne region, that's stupid. Let's fucking go. Everybody go with that? I was turning to some people from Utah now. Is that okay? For fuck's sake, I don't know, dude. It's like, you know, I was like, he's like, what else? Hell yeah, brother. They're like, that's the, he said fuck so many times, that's the 30% they're gonna hate me. I love that. There's a lot of people that fuck people in Utah, bro. Some shady people come on this thing. Hey, Todd, let's yell hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother? Is that good? Hell yeah, brother. Everybody go with that? Hell yeah, brother? So when I say how bad do you want it, no, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, first of all, Alex, stick to staying in the top 10, motherfucker. We're gonna do let's fucking go. Okay? Alright, here's the deal. I promise you this. We will not leave this fucking room. I know I'm short, but I'm on stage and I can see all of you. If you don't go absolutely fucking nuts, when I say how bad do you want it, and you don't scream, let's fucking go as loud as you can, and then go fucking crazy. Like, ah, fucking crazy. For at least 10 fucking seconds. We're gonna do it again, and again, and a fucking again. So let's get this shit over with once. You guys with me? Are you guys with me? Hell yeah, brother! On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. How bad do you want it? Let's fucking go! I'm looking right at the shadow of the fire. We will make America great again. That's my boy. It's not the champions. Rosie is a very unattractive person. Both inside and
Turn me off your call, Lena.
I swear, Elsie spit out my dick.
Rosie is a person that's very lucky to have a girlfriend. We will make America great again. I will look for you. Right about fire. Rosie, fire. We're all a little jumpy. This wasn't possible. But it's not the job. Rosie is a very unattractive person. Both inside and
Who do you want me to be?